Oh, this is going to be a fun one. Okay, fellas. I hope you guys have been having some fun in the latest Darkness season where we've had Mommy Embla added to the game. I've been having quite a bit of fun myself. As you can see, we have a very successful defense team here to take a look at, and only one guy was able to beat it, at least without losing a unit. Everyone else at least lost a unit, even this guy here that caused me to lose a little bit of lift. And we're going to watch this replay in just a sec, but it was a pretty fun one. I'm actually pretty impressed by that guy. But regardless, let's go ahead and take a look at this defense that I cooked up here. So we are, of course, running double Embla for maximum assholery. Basically, if you have her in slot 2 and in slot 5, I believe that is, you can shut down all of the save skills on the bottom row, so enemies are forced into trying to player phase you. Also, this being a Cavline team, it's like we have taken the game back circa 2019 or whenever it was that Cavlines were so dominant. We also got Veronica and Embla on the same banner, and Jesus Christ, dude, Veronica is so unbelievably busted on the player phase. She has a fire sweep effect, and on top of that, she does like -8 to speed and res. She gets attack and speed up 6 herself, and you can't stop her from activating her special because it nullifies guard. And if that wasn't good enough, it also nullifies DRs, so you're basically up shit's creek here if you're trying to tank this team. I have Yune on the team just as a throw-in. I gave her acrobatics and harsh command just in case enemies are wise and they're running a tactic room to try and slow down these cav lines and try to create a little bit of space. So Yune's just going to jump in and harsh command one of my guys, and then after that, no more tactic room for you, so GG. But really what I wanted to run here wasn't Yune. I wanted to run a unit that had Canto control, be it Medius or not, whichever one, but unfortunately, as you guys know, I have no Canto control to speak of, so I just had to make do with whatever I had. We've got Bride Lilina on the team here with Hardy Bearing, of course. One of the main ways you can actually take this team out is by using Vantage strats, like with the Ninja Camilla that recently came out. We're actually going to see quite a few Ninja Camillas on these defense replays. So Veronica has Fire Sweep, and then Lilina has, of course, Hardy Bearing. So those are two ways to get around the Ninja Camilla. I didn't want to run Corin, actually. I was going to run instead of her. I was going to try to use Legendary Lilina, but unfortunately it's not fire season, so I was like, whatever, I'll just run Corin for now, I guess. But ideally, you want to have Legendary Lilina, Bride Lilina, and Veronica on the team, so it just makes it that much harder for enemies to use Vantage against you. I've got my traps set up right there in front of all my units, basically. You're only able to attack from the second row and also the 6th row if you're trying to player phase me. Because, of course, we have 2 walls right there on slots 3 and slots 5, and you're not going to be able to really proceed easily here. And just as a extra dick move, we got the catapult there to try and snipe any safety fences. I was thinking about maybe doing this, actually, because it's very predictable that Embla is going to be in slot 2 or slot 5, because, of course, those are the biggest ways you can shut down save skills. But having like the safety fence in one of the slots where Embla is predicted to be is a very easy way to keep it safe. So I was just going to be like, okay, what are you going to do now if I have Embla over there? And it doesn't really matter too much if she can't use Severance on this slot over here either. So I was like, maybe I should try this, but I think I'm just going to play it safe and just keep the catapults over there. Also, I have reposition on both of my Emblas, by the way, so if Veronica or Lilina end up attacking from behind these forts, they can just run in and repo them back to safety, and it just makes it that much harder to try and player phase this. So, it's a disgusting team. As we've seen, only one guy was able to beat it. Even for me, the guy that made the team, it's kind of a pain in the ass to try and do it. So, just imagine how everyone else has been feeling trying to do it. Okay, we have our first instance of Ninja Camilla. We have double saves. Oh, my friend, did you not catch the memo? We have no more saves allowed in 8th raids. He's got +10 and +9 on his save units, so basically a save ball glue eater. These are exactly the type of people that they invented Embla to take down. Alright, so we start off by popping one of his structures. He didn't bring the safety fence, which I don't know why anyone would run into battle right now without the safety fence. It's basically mandatory if you're going to have a chance at trying to player phase anyone. Alright, so we were able to quad Edelgard and get the finish on her. She's very weak to brave attacks because the DR doesn't kick in on the second hit. We get a cheap KO there with Lilina, and we get the repo with Embla on Lilina as well, making it that much harder to player phase. So yeah, he just quit. Don't really blame him. Alright, let's take a look at this guy up next. Okay, what is this guy up to? We have Veronica here, so he's trying to player phase more so than trying to bait, which is exactly what you have to do. We got Gale Force on Dagger, we got Daddy Asker, and then a Versa for some debuffs. Alright, let's see what he's going for. Alright, unfortunately we didn't pop the safety fence there, but it is what it is. I mean, we can't always rely on the catapult to pop the fences. Okay, he wasn't able to hide any of his units. Big surprise. That's pretty much the point of this team. So we take out Mirabilis there. Okay, Aversa is able to bait Corrin, which is good for him. Yeah, we can skip this. We don't want this video to go on too long, so we'll only watch the important fights, and we'll skip all the unimportant ones. Okay, so he goes for an attack on Veronica. I'm not really sure why he had to do that. Maybe he wasn't able to double her with his other guys and also get the one shot. Yeah, wow, my Veronica's faster than his. Okay. Alright, that's something. Yeah, but unfortunately, he wasn't really able to capitalize on that turn there, so we're just going to wipe out a bunch of his other units. And this is another thing about Embla, too, is that Embla is actually a massive threat in her own right. She's a very potent player phaser. Look at her just making mincemeat out of the Big Daddy Beef Bull right there. Just turned him into cold cuts. So, yeah, like, not only do you have to run away from Severance, but you also have to run away from Embla in combat, too. It's just nasty to all hell how crazy they made her. Alright, so there goes Yune. We can pretty much end this one. He's got nothing else he can do. Okay, so here's one where we actually lost a bit of lift. So let's take a look at what happened here. Okay, guy has the safety fence in slot 5, which is where I think is probably the best place to put it. Either slot 5 or slot 2, because those are where Embla is most likely going to be, so no catapults. Alright, he has Yuri for some player phase shenanigans. Oh, by the way, I had the traps set up over here, and after this particular fight, I moved both of the other traps in front of my units directly, because this guy has Summer Edelgard, and he's going to pretty much Edelgard force me. Alright, he's got a bunch of other Gale Forcers. Gale Force on Edelgard, Gale Force on Dagger, and then Eliwood to provide some bonus doubler. Alright, so of course, Edelgard is the queen of Gale Force. She's able to easily just walk in and chump a bunch of my guys. And then she can easily get out of the way. Alright, so he had a pretty productive turn 1 there. He killed 2 of my units, and he was able to hide behind the fence. Alright, and then another foul play tactic there to get some more KOs. Alright, pretty good. He's doing fairly well so far, so I'm kind of surprised he even lost the unit at all here. I wonder what happened. Because to me, this looks like a win on his part. Alright, Yuri goes for an attack on Embla. She just instantly gives herself dodge, so it's pretty hard to kill her in one shot. Alright, and then Edelgard versus Yune. Okay. Alright, very easy KO and Gale Force for him. I love that, by the way. He had to pop his harmonic skill there to get bonus doubler, because apparently, look at how big of a threat Embla is. Wow. That is disgusting, man. She just player phased a bonus doubler Summer Edelgard like it was nothing. Now, mind you, it is bonus season for Embla, so she is raising her score by a bit. Or rather raising her actual stats by a bit. But, I mean, still, it's going to be tricky trying to tank this Embla, even when it's not her bonus season. All right, we got this guy over here with a very sus username. I'm not going to read that one. All right, so what is he up to? We got Ash, we got Har, we have Air, we got Peony, we have Guinevere and Leon. Okay, so he is trying to go for the Mage Bait units. Guinevere and Leon, of course, very popular Mage Baits. Let's see how that works out for him, though. Okay, so apparently color advantages means nothing to Veronica. That's actually gross, dude. Guinevere is one of the better blue tanks in the game for Magic, and she's just getting torn in half by Veronica. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's not okay. That's actually a little concerning. I didn't think Veronica was going to be able to do that to her. All right, of course, Leon is going to be able to tank Lilina. He's got color advantage. All right, so that one's not a big deal. We get the repo, though, which is pretty good. Okay, and he just surrendered right there. He lost the unit. I'm not sure why he surrendered, by the way. You are allowed to lose one unit in outside of the vault. Yeah, look at me, by the way. I'm such a scrub. I got kicked out of the vault because I forgot to play. I think it was on the second day. I completely forgot to do my fight, and then because of that, I ended up losing a ton of Aether on the daily reset. And then I also had a fight where I missed one of the pots, not remembering that, oh, wait a second, I'm supposed to be getting all of the pots because I missed the day here. So, yeah, the one time I really wanted to compete and do well had to be the one time that I got kicked out of the vault, right? Such bullshit, but whatever. Okay, so he's going to tank with Robin, it looks like. This Halloween Robin. He might have tried to player phase or do something with Lynn there, but, I mean, it's not going to be in time because he's not running the safety fence here. By the way, Wylia, if you're watching this, you better be running the safety fence. This is a call-out, sis. If you're not running the safety fence, then friendship ended with Wylia. Consider that your punishment for not running the fence and player phasing. And that goes for all of you out there, too. If you're not running the safety fence on your offense team, what are you doing? Get with the times, man. You got to run the safety fence. Put it on. There's no reason not to. And it prevents diabolical tactics like this. So that's exactly what you want. All right, how many more do we have to go? Wow, we have quite a few. All right, so I guess we'll speed through these because I don't want this to take up too much more time. And I do, of course, want to give the primary focus to the guy at the end. All right, we got a save skill there on Halloween Duma. We have Brave Dimitri. We got Tiki. So a whole bunch of tank units. He's got Byleth as well with her preempt. So he's going to try to tank us. Let's see how that goes for him. This is, of course, one option you can do since save skills aren't allowed. What you could do is just run a full team of tanky units and try to tank each lane individually. But I don't know, man. This Veronica, it's pretty hard if she's able to wipe out a Brave Dimitri like that. That guy's a really good tank, too. And apparently that's not good enough, even with color advantage and everything. All right, so Duma should be able to bait Corrin here. This is why I didn't want to run Corrin, but I didn't really have a choice, like I said. I would have ran Lilina, but it's not fire season, so I just went with Corrin. Also, I was a little bit shy of duo heroes. I didn't want to make it too easy for them to snipe my duo heroes and just make my duo's hindrance useless. So just another reason to run the extra duo hero with Corrin there. Alright, so of course Preempt is able to beat Lysithea. And this guy lost the unit, but again, I'm not sure why he's going to surrender here because you are allowed to lose a unit if you're not in the vault. So, yeah, like, if you're not in the vault, then don't forget about that. They give you a little bit of mercy, and you're allowed to take one unit loss on offense. Okay, maybe he's going to go for it. I'm not really too sure what he's planning here. All right, so Violet's taking out Embla there. And then, okay, he just continued on in spite because he was mad that he lost probably or something. I don't know. All right, let's take a look at this one here. This guy lost 3 units. Okay, another save unit. We have Idun there, and we have another instance of Ninja Camilla. She's been really popular on Aether Raid's offenses, from what I've seen. Too bad it's not going to do her much good, because he put her right in harm's way of Veronica. Like I said before, Veronica is one of the easiest counters to her, because she has Fire Sweep built in. You don't want to do that and overextend with your Vantage unit. Alright, then of course, after that, Ninja Korin is free to take out this Tana in the same lane. And, of course, Asker is no match for Lysithea. We can pretty much go ahead and end that. And, of course, he wasn't able to save either with Idun. Wow, we have 3 more to go. All right, let's go. Let's get this over with. I think you guys are already disgusted enough by the antics that I've done here. You guys want this video to be over already? Alright, this time we have Ninja, or I keep calling her Ninja for some reason, but it's Thief Nina. That's a really good player phase unit too. I've been running her quite a lot on Aether Raid's offenses. I'll quickly show you guys my offense teams after we finish up these replays, just to give you guys an example of what I've been doing to combat Embla. Alright, so Lilina gets the chump KO there. Alright, this guy lost 3 units, though, so that means he kept on going for some reason. Yeah, we'll speed through this a little bit. He probably ended up in positioning trouble. Yeah, basically, he had to go in a little too deep there to get the KOs on my guys, leaving his other guys prime targets for the attack. Yep. Pretty disgusting. Alright, we'll spare him the rest of that. Alright, so here is one guy that got 1 KO and then he dipped. Again, I don't know why. He's got Ninja Camilla again, so Camilla, like I said, has been proving pretty good. Alright, and then a very underrated unit over there, the Ninja Lake Jarn and Fiorm combo. I can't believe people were underrating this unit when they came out, just because they're not fast enough to quad. It's like, bruh, you do realize you don't need to quad with a Brave weapon. You just need to hit them twice in a row, and that's usually enough. And then on top of that, they have such good bulk. They're just really good at a lot of things. I'm very stunned that people undersold that unit. Alright, so a bunch of KOs for us there. He's probably going to go in and get some KOs of his own. Pops the duo skill on her so she can go again. That's pretty good. But unfortunately, he's not really able to get his guys out of the way, so Lilina's able to attack and actually double this Camilla. You don't really see Lilina getting double attacks too often. But this Camilla has no speed, man. I've seen this Camilla with like as low as 2 points of speed, which is pretty horrendous to think about. All right, we'll go ahead and end that one there. Okay, so the main attraction, this guy, Ekra. Basically the default name. What a baller, man. Look at this guy. Look at his team. Okay, so we have Peony there. We've got the Duochrome, of course. We have Freya with Gale Force and Heavy Blade. We have Ninja Korin over there. We got Dagger with Gale Force and, of course, Flashing Blade. And then we have the Hatari Azura. So this guy is going balls to the walls offense. Unfortunately for him, I am going to snipe his catapult on this turn, or snipe his safety fence on this turn with the catapult. So he basically had to do something on this turn or else he was in big trouble. And when in doubt, just gamble on the traps, I guess. Nah, but on the real, you got to have some serious audacity and some serious balls to make a move like that. So my utmost respect to this guy. That's the type of stuff that I do, man. When I'm playing in summer duels, I just be as gross as possible, as disrespectful as possible, and just push units forward without thinking of any consequences. So sometimes just moving forward is actually the best move. All right, so we did get rid of his catapult there. Unfortunately for him, though, if I had Kanto control like I intended, he wouldn't have been able to get out of this unscathed. So, yeah, Yune has been putting in a bit of work, but like I said, I would prefer to have Kanto control. All right, so we know the deal. He is going to get his flawless victory, so we'll go ahead and hop out here. I think we've shown enough of the replays. So now let me just quickly show you guys my offenses. This is what I've been doing. So the two most popular defenses that people are using are things like this here with double Emblas and Cav lines. So in order to beat that, what you got to do is just player phase yourself. So I've been running units like Yuri and Thief Nina, who can just run and gun, attack the enemies, and then get out of the way. Would be ideal if I had disarm trap on Thief Nina, but unfortunately I don't. You could also use Ninja or New Year Fafnir instead if you wanted. And of course Yuri is good as always. You have not Kanto, whatchamacallit, Pathfinder there as well to extend the reach on these two, and then Azura can dance multiple times on Nina in a turn, so pretty solid there. Alright, this one is more of a like duo sweep team if I can break their duo's hindrance somehow. Alright, then we have this one. Okay, so the other popular defense that people have been running with Embla is basically the defense that everyone's been using for a while now, which is just the save armor balls with Catria and then some offensive unit. We can quickly take a look at that, and I'll show you guys. Alright, let's see. Who is a strong player that we can take a look at? Alright, we'll take a look at Phaeology. Shoutouts to Joel, by the way. Oh, okay, so Joel is running a Cav line, actually, so my boy is going the same route as I did. Alright, Splash Tomato, here we go. Okay, so we have Kanto control on Midius. We have Far Save Nagi, and then we got Near Save Edelgard. So basically, this is the type of team that it would be normally really hard to player phase. You're not able to use save skills yourself because he's got Embla to shut down saves. But I've decided to just smash them the same way they're trying to smash you by running a Catria ball on offense myself. So you get Brave attacking on Veronica. She's going to kill virtually any Far Save unit. None of them are going to be able to tank her when she's doing quad hits. And we can easily just dance out of the way. I have Peony, and then I have Duo Peony as well to just supply multiple dances. Dagger is also not to be messed with when she can Brave attack and just easily ramp into Gale Force. So, yeah, this is one way you can also play against the more defensive-oriented teams. And then just for my final offense, I have Celiphin there to pretty much do the same thing as Thief Nina and Yuri, just attack something and get out of the way. So that's been my experience in Dark Season this time around. Probably the biggest meta shift, like I said, with the introduction of Severance and Embla. Let me know in the comments section how you guys have done in this season, and what are your thoughts on Embla? How badly do you think she shifted the meta in terms of like offensive playstyles and defensive playstyles? Are you happy with it? Are you dissatisfied? Air her out in the comment section down below. I want to see what you guys think about her. But also, I want to know, well, I wasn't in the vault, unfortunately, so I want to know if you guys found any different style of Embla defenses besides the obvious Cav lines and Catria balls. Because I feel like there's actually a couple of other things you could get away with using her, but that remains to be seen. I haven't seen anyone trying other things yet, but maybe in the vault someone has. So that's going to wrap us up for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little slice of life into this week in 8th of Raids. So this is your boy Taco signing out, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.